Okay, so this is question 13. This is a Venn diagram to help you visualize it, okay? And we're just going to figure out which one's what, all right? So I'm going to leave some room here. All right, first of all, the first one is looking for what? Equal angular. So this means all the angles are the same, okay? All angles are the same. All angles the same. That one, well, first of all, we know that is the square because it's all 90. So the square works. And then, oh, the rectangle also, oh, you know what? Let me grab the whole thing. We know it's a square, so the square works. And the rectangle is also, that works. And then, does a rhombus work? Yeah, because the angles, all the angles here have to be congruent. They're not 90, but they're all congruent. Right? So let me grab the rhombus. So since it is a square, rectangle, and rhombus, we can say it's also a parallelogram. So these are all the four that are all equal angular. Well, B, it's equal angular and equal sides. So let's take a look, right? All four of them. So these are all the ones that are equal angular. They have all the same equal angles. But what do they have equal sides to? Well, we have to take out the rectangle. That wouldn't work. And then we can only include the rhombus and the square. However, can we include the parallelogram? No. So the only ones for this one is a square and a rhombus. The diagonals are perpendicular. So that one is a rhombus, I believe. Yep, it is a rhombus. Since it's also rhombus, the square also has to be that, because that's the property that it shares. Okay, and that's it. It's only a rhombus and a square where the diagonals are perpendicular. The opposite sides are congruent. Well, let's see. Opposite sides are congruent. Well, the square automatically, opposite sides are congruent. A rhombus, opposite sides are congruent. Oh, a rectangle, look, the opposite sides are congruent. Oh, that's also the parallelogram. The opposite sides are congruent. Let's see. A kite, opposite sides are not congruent. Opposite sides are not congruent for a trapezoid. Okay. Next, the diagonals bisect each other. Well, we know that is the property of a parallelogram, of course. That's the definition of a parallelogram. Ooh, therefore, everything inside a parallelogram also has to have that property. So, there you go. The diagonals bisect opposite angles. That one is weird. The diagonals bisect opposite angles. So that means, hold on, let me draw it out to visually see that one, okay? Oh, so that one is the angle bisector. The only ones that have an angle bisector is the rhombus. And if it's the rhombus, it's also the square because that is the property that it gets. Okay, so there you go. All right, so these are all the shapes, right? If it's a square, rectangle, and rhombus, it's a parallelogram. If it's a parallelogram, it's everything inside a parallelogram. All right.